right. Brandon Love Sports TV. It's your boy. Back again. Keep forgetting to turn the camera off. Y'all see I got my Bucky's shirt on. So here's the deal. One thing about your boy, Dr. BLS, I always come up with a solution. One thing about doing things and having opinions is like, I don't know what they say. It's like everybody got one. But one thing about me is like I like to play. I like to just play the game of hypotheticals, like what if, that kind of thing. And if I were to book John Cena as a heel, how would I have done it? Because we all talk about how we didn't like what Triple H did or the way they handled the situation. But at the end of the day, instead of being so hypercritical about everything, why don't we just book it? Let's book John Cena. Let's book his heel turn. Let's do it. So, if I were part of WWE Creative, and I would have, let me start out by saying I think Triple H did a brilliant job about the way of how they booked the way John Cena turned heel. Like I said, it's not the John Cena heel turn that I have a problem with. It's the heel run that doesn't make the most sense. So it was an easy fix. I said this in my last video. What makes an effective heel turn is not just turning heel just for the sake of turning heel. You have to have a first of all, a why, which I think they kind of stole that story. The Rock was trying to take Cody Rhodes' soul. He didn't take the bait. He didn't sell out, but John Cena did sell out. Because John Cena didn't believe in himself anymore. He felt like he needed some help. He needed an out. And let me play devil's advocate. Let me start out by saying, I think The Rock, like I said in my last video, I think he did this intentionally. I think he stuck it to Triple H and Tony Khan. I keep saying Tony Khan. And Nick Khan, I think he stuck it to him because he didn't like how they was doing business. And I think he kind of pouted a little bit. And he just act like a big baby because he couldn't get his way. And, the plan got changed. But nonetheless, the plan got changed. So because of that, that they changed the plan. So you got to come up with another alternative to fix the problem. So John Cena, what they could have done to fix that problem was when you turn him heel, what makes a heel turn effective is when somebody has not just a reason to turn heel, but they have to align with somebody that makes them stronger. And initially, they were trying to do that by making them side with The Rock. I think that was a great story they were telling, but The Rock messed it up. But what I would have done, if I was John Cena, I would have convinced Triple H to come out of retirement. Not out of in-ring retirement. What's going on, man? I'll tell you. What's going on with you, buddy? Instead of having John Cena, what's up, hit him? Instead of having Triple H come out of retirement and get into in-ring action, what I would have done was I would have had him bring back the Authority. Okay? Because it's not like John Cena was going to be wrestling for years. Like, this was just a few months. 6-7 months by that point when he turned heel, So maybe 8-9 months, but he probably wasn't going to be healed that whole time. But what you would have done was when The Rock, then you call an audible when that thing happens to Rock, Triple H bring back the Authority. He come back, him and Stephanie McMahon, the McMahon-Helmsley era, regime, whatever you want to call it. Bring that whole thing back. And then now you have a legitimate place for John Cena to go, a landing spot for him once he turns heel. So now it makes sense. Okay, this is why John Cena turned, because he sold his soul. So that was the whole point of what John Cena did. So now he's aligned himself with Triple H and the Authority. So now you got him. Now he's got the heat because now Triple H is a brilliant talker, especially when it comes to like heel work, What's going on, man? I see you, man. He said Stone Cold is a GOAT. Yeah, I'm getting my wrestling content in today, man. They've been asking for it. They want it, so I've been giving it to them. So what I would have done was make them hate, give them a reason, because everybody hates Triple H when he plays that role. So now he's the Paul Heyman kind of character. That way you ain't touching Paul. Seth Rollins can keep doing what he's doing. And if you really want to make the people mad, then you could even align Seth Rollins, because he used to be a part of the Authority. But I don't even think you even have to do that. I would add Drew McIntyre to John Cena and his heel faction, and build a story like that. So now you got John Cena as a member of the Authority, and Triple H is the leader, but John Cena can do all his talking and stuff like that. Make him pretty much be the same heel John Cena. I think he did a wonderful job playing the character. Same thing he told the fans, I'm breaking up with y'all, I'm not cool with y'all no more. Don't cheer me, don't boo, all of that. All the stuff, same stuff he was doing. The stuff he said, you Cena sucks, people, y'all are hypocrites, and we won't Cena, y'all just as bad. And everything he said, everything he did was great. The only thing he was missing was a group of people to validate him being a heel, to make him a strong heel. And that right there, and I'm gonna talk about how you fix the New Day problem in my next video. But that right there, because New Day's still heel, so there's still hope that's salvageable. But they called it audible. I think John Cena was gonna turn babyface, but I think they pulled the plug way too soon. And I think just because they realized that it didn't do what it was supposed to, but it had a lot of potential. But even when The Rock, Triple H just threw up his hands and just quit. You know what I'm saying? I would have figured out how to make that thing work. Is Stone Cold greater than Hulk Hogan? I don't want to speak ill of the dead. Hulk Hogan did more for the wrestling business as far as like putting it on the map, and I'll never take that away from him. But as far as in-ring ability, I think he's just as well. As far as fan popularity, I think Stone Cold was just about as popular as Hulk Hogan. The Rock, Stone Cold, Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, all those guys have, and even Bret Hart too, and they have that way of just like really reaching people's hearts and making them legendary. They just, all of them got that it factor that just like wowed the fans. But those are my thoughts. Like that's how you give John Cena a reason to be heel. You give him a nice landing spot, give him somewhere to go to validate him being a heel, to make you hate him. You know what I'm saying? You gotta hate him. And you gotta give him a reason, like John Cena would never sell out to the Authority, but then he did it. Just like Seth Rollins, like he would never turn on his brothers in the Shield, but he did it. Triple H, like, always have a backup plan, and then, all of that. There's always a plan B. He said it himself when he had that sledgehammer in his hand. Why can't he have a plan B when it comes to John Cena, man? Y'all, I'm gonna tell you, they didn't really put, I think they kind of half cared about that Cena heel turn. It was like, man, he just ain't retire anyway, so, the fans was asking him to turn heel, so we gave him what they wanted, but I hate when people just had to go with one foot in, one foot out. If you're gonna do it, make it big, make it great. All right, y'all, Brandon Love Sports TV, this your boy, here's Stone Cold, this the better wrestler. And the bigot, man, y'all stop. Hey, Hulk Hogan's out here to defend himself, but you know what? You've created that reputation even in death. That reputation follows you. That's why you gotta be nice to people while you're alive, because, once you die, your legacy lives on, whether it's good or bad. All right, Brandon Love Sports TV, shout out to the LDBC. I'm out. Peace.